Hi everybody, it's Geordie from Geordie Colours. Thank you so much for joining me. I am back with part 34 of our 4-book colour along in R.J. Hampson's gorgeous book, Awake. This page is called Table Manners. It does make me laugh because we've got the big pig here with all the food and the two little ones are looking rather sad that they haven't got any. Don't know what's going on in that page, but it does make me smile. So I'm going to start with my pigs here. I'm just going to double check the colours here so I make sure I do them in the right order. So I've got R110, E470 and YR030. So I thought I'd go for quite a peachy pink colour rather than like a bright pink. So let's start with this guy. I should say I'm doing this on a normal copier paper today. I still can't find any Transitotype Perfect colouring paper, which is my preferred paper for colouring with markers. It just, I don't know, seem to be having a lot of trouble sourcing it. It doesn't seem to be available on Amazon. I did think I could get it on Amazon and I haven't been able to find it. So yeah, I'm back to using my copy paper, but that's okay. It works fine. It actually works a lot better than I thought it would, which is funny because I don't normally like to use, I normally like to use a proper marker paper, and you can get the Copic marker paper. I've not actually tried that. Maybe that would work. I'm hoping this colour is going to be okay. I think that's all right. Yeah, I just kind of, I had loads of Transitotype at one point, and so I used all of that up, and now I've got none left, and I can't seem to find it anywhere again. But that's okay. This works absolutely fine, and this is probably similar to the paper that you'd find in the actual physical books that RJ produces. I wasn't able to get the book when I decided to start this colour along, so I decided just to use copy paper. Well, paper. I decided to, what am I saying? I decided to download and print the pages rather than buy the book because I couldn't find it when I started this colour along. So I decided just to download the book and do it all on my, like I say, Transitotype paper. And yeah, ran out of that. So we're making do, but this is fine. It actually works quite nicely. Much better than the horrible marker paper I tried before, which was a bit of a disaster. If you watched, I can't remember, a few episodes ago, I had bought some like cheaper alternative to marker paper and it just did not work at all. It was horrible. Right, I'm just deciding, do I want to do, I might go over his ear. I might do it a different colour when I come back, but I'll fill those bits in for now. Yeah, okay. I'm hoping that's all on camera. I'll shift it down just a little bit. So I'm just going in with my darkest marker first, kind of laying in it where I think the shadow should go. I'm kind of doing it so that the light source is directly in front of them. So the shadows are kind of going to be around the edges, sort of. Maybe it's coming from this direction slightly. Yeah, I'm never very good with light sources. I just kind of make it up as I go along, and it seems to work most of the time. But feel free to change things up, do things your way. This is the way I do markers. I keep it simple. And that's kind of the name of the game with this colour along, is keep it simple, easy, quick, and just having fun, having a little bit of fun with colour, playing around with colours, playing around with markers, doing a bit of blending but not stressing too much. Yeah, just keeping it simple. That's what I like to do. Sometimes it's nice, like I do like to do more complicated pages with my colouring, but I also like to have a break and just do something a little bit more simple and quick and easy and get those results, because sometimes it's nice to see a page come to life. It's like some pages can take days, can't they, to get done, and sometimes it's just nice to get a quick fix, a quick result that doesn't take hours and hours and hours. So most of these pages that I've done so far have taken between 30 and 40 minutes, some a little bit longer, some a little bit less. Just depends on the complexity of the page. This one is a little bit more complex, there's a bit more going on in it. But yeah, around about 30 to 40 minutes and we get a page done, which is nice. Okay. Yeah, do I want to do his trotters in the same colour, I think. I do feel really sorry for these two little pigs that just look very hungry. They don't seem to be getting any food. Daddy Pig has eaten it all. My kids used to love watching Peppa Pig. Yeah, and Peppa Pig always made me smile. It's kind of got a lot of humour in it for adults, I think, which I appreciate. Well, I did appreciate when they were little enough to watch it. Yeah, always made me smile. These guys just look very unhappy with their lot in life. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit there. So yeah, I always start with my darkest marker. That's just my preference. I do know a lot of people put in the lightest marker first and shade everything with the lightest marker and then go over with a darker marker on top to create the shadows. It's really just personal preference and what you like to do. Yeah, I just find it, I don't know, this is the way I've always coloured with my markers and I enjoy doing it this way, and I find it kind of comes intuitively now, and that's, yeah, just the way I do it. But, you know, there's no right or wrong. Do whatever works for you. The main thing is just having fun and enjoying the process. And if you're doing that, then it's all good. Okay, so I think that's my little piggy's done. So you can see this one has dried, and it has dried a lot pinker than this. Like, this is still quite bright. So when it dries down, you've got to remember the colors will dry down differently. So that's why it's always important to have a swatch chart so that you can see what you're doing. Okay, apologies, it's school holidays at the moment, so I feel like there might be a few interruptions. But let's carry on. I'm going to do the table and chairs, and I'm going to do them in just a brown colour. So I have a BR1, BR2, and YR20. I haven't tried this colour combination before, so we're going to give it a go and see how it works. Okay, so the BR2 and the YR20 are from the skin tone set, so they have a fine nib and a brush nib. The other ones from my main set have a broad nib and a brush nib, and for some reason the grey line is on the brush nib on this one but on the fine nib on these ones, so I always get them around the wrong way. So I'm just trying to make sure I have them in the right way. Okay, so I'm going to start with this chair here. And again, just laying in my darkest marker. Sorry, my little boy's like making loads of noise. It's like, he's excited it's the holiday, I think. Yeah, so it's our spring break here, which is, I think quite early for most of you, but we've just been, so I live in the UAE, which is of course a Muslim country, and they have just been celebrating Eid. So Ramadan has just finished and it is now the Eid holiday, so our school holidays coincide with Eid, and the kids are off school for the couple of weeks for spring break, which is really nice because the weather's still lovely at the moment. It's nice and it's getting warmer, but it's still quite nice. It's not too hot. Yeah, I can kind of feel that the heat is coming. It's starting to ramp up, but at the moment we're doing pretty well. It's good. Yeah, when it gets hot over here, it gets really hot. So in the summer we reach temperatures of nearly 50 degrees Celsius, It is like an oven. You literally walk out the door and yeah, it hits you. So we spend a lot of time in air conditioning, but in the winter time, this time of year, the weather is just gorgeous. It is kind of reaching, well, it's now reaching kind of mid 30s Celsius, I guess. So it's starting to get warmer. It's still quite nice in the mornings, and in the evenings it's still quite a nice temperature. It's not too hot. But yeah, we're starting to feel the heat coming, but at the moment it's beautiful. Really enjoying it. And yeah, it's it's sunny every day. We very rarely have any rain. Obviously it's like a desert, so the rain doesn't happen very often. We do occasionally get some rain, and when it comes, it tends to cause a bit of chaos, but yeah, it doesn't happen very often, and it is just stunning. Really beautiful in the winter time over here. If you've never been to the UAE, I highly recommend a visit. Definitely come to Abu Dhabi. That's where I live, and I love it. It's beautiful. Really beautiful part of the world. And so friendly. Everyone's so friendly here. Okay. Trying to figure out where the shadows are going to go. I don't know that I'm doing a great job with my shadows today. Just kind of throwing them in there and hoping for the best, really. I don't know. Sometimes that can be the best way to do things. So it's quite a good wood colour, I think, this colour combination. It's yeah, it's not one I've tried before. I just kind of thought I'd try this colour combination out today for something a little bit different. And I think it's working quite nicely. So if I was on my Transitype paper, I would probably try and do a couple of layers of each colour, but because this is the copy paper and it's a bit thinner, I don't want to add too many layers because it can kind of buckle the paper and get it a bit too wet. So I'm just going with one layer, and I think it's okay. I think it's all right. Okay, let's do this guy's little chair. I mean, you could make the chairs and the table colourful. You could do something a bit different. I've just kind of decided to go in with these colours. Make them brown. I don't know. Just thought that would work. I think I've done that on the wrong side now. Never mind. That'll do. Okay. So let me know in the comments how you are getting on with this book, whether you've kept up with me and done a page a week like I have, or whether you are taking your time and maybe just doing a page a month, or maybe you're just dabbling here and there when the page takes your fancy. I would love to know what you're up to, whether you've got any other great colouring plans for the month of April. I can't believe we're in April already. This year seems to be just flying by so fast. It's kind of scary. Okay, I'm kind of going to go on to the next biggest area, which is the daddy, I'm calling him Daddy Pig, Daddy Pig's clothes. So I'm going to start with his top hat here, and I'm going to use some cool greys. So I've got CG09, CG209, CG207 and CG204. So when I do things that I want to look black, I never actually use black, I use greys. It's just a good kind of rule of thumb, because if you use blacks, it just looks kind of flat, and if you use the greys, you get a bit more dimension to it. Still looks black, if you know what I mean, but you get the kind of dimension that you want with that. I hope that makes sense. I feel like I'm just talking rubbish today. I find it really hard to concentrate on colouring and talking. It's like multitasking. Yeah, but hopefully you know what I mean. It's like you kind of black isn't, like if you look at something that's black, it's not actually all black. It has light and shade to it as well, so it's not just all flat black. I hope that's making sense. Okay, so there's his top hat. I'm going to do his kind of suit jacket as well. He's a very well dressed pig with his little champagne glass there as well. He looks quite pleased with himself. I just feel a bit sorry for his little babies here who don't look so impressed at not having anything to eat. Okay, and when I'm colouring, I have said this before, if you watch any of my alcohol marker colouring, I tend to just work in small sections at a time. So alcohol markers work best when they can blend together on paper. So what you want is to have a little bit of moisture from the marker on the paper, so that when you add the next one, it can blend together and create a nice kind of seamless blend, rather than just kind of sitting one on top of the other. Does that make sense as well? I really don't know if I'm making any sense today. But yeah, it just works a little bit better if you kind of just do small sections at a time, and then the markers have got time to blend, rather than the marker drying on the paper and you don't get that opportunity to blend the markers together. Okay, let's go to his other side here. So yeah, I'm no artist, so like figuring out where shadows and things go is not my strong point, but I just kind of guesswork really, and I just kind of shove it in where I think it should go, and generally it looks presentable. But yeah, I'm no artist, so there may be people out there who do it a lot better than me. I was actually watching RJ do a colour along. He did the little ladybird on the motorbike recently, and I watched that, and that was really cool. It was fun to see how he did his. He added loads of extra details which looked amazing, obviously, and yeah, it was really cool how it turned out. I really loved seeing it come together. It's always nice to get to see other people, how other people coloured the same page. I always like that. It's one of the things I really like about buddy colours, seeing how other people interpret the page and how they make it come to life. But it was really nice because he did mention me on the video. In the description, he told people about my colour along, so that was really cool. It's always nice to know the artist knows that you exist. Okay, so let's finish off his trousers here. I don't know whether to do that little, I might do that as well. Those little kind of bands around the base of his trousers, but yeah, I'm not sure suits really have turn-ups, do they? But that's what they look like, so we'll colour them in with this grey as well. He's a rather austere looking pig. Okay, so that's him. Now his shoes would probably be black as well. They probably would be, wouldn't they? Any self-respecting pig wearing a suit is going to have nice shiny black leather shoes probably. So we should probably do those black. What I am going to do is have them with a little kind of white toe on them. Now I'm just covering over the laces holes because it's going to be too difficult with my marker to not go over those. So there we go. There's his suit done. I'm gonna add in a little touch of blue, just to brighten him up slightly. So I have PB3, PB2, and B140, and I'm going to use these for the kind of band around his hat here. I wanted a nice blue colour, and also on his tie as well. Just to make him, it's quite a dark blue, so it's not gonna, like, I was kind of toying between blue or a kind of racing green or a dark deep red, and I ended up going with the blue. So I think that looks okay. I'm just going to go over because it's a little bit of a difference between that mid-tone and the lightest. But there we go. I think that looks okay. I might do this guy's little shirt in the same blue while I have it out. We might as well do a few things in the same color combinations. He's a smart looking little pig as well. The lightest on there, and again I'm going to kind of work that colour into those other colours just to kind of blend them out a little bit so that they don't look quite so stark. Okay, right, let's do, what else am I going to do? Let's do, well, I've got some colours here for the carrot, so we might as well do the carrot. I've got YR190 and Y4. So these are going to be for my little carrot on the plate here. And a little bit there as well. And we'll blend that out with the lightest. Okay, my turnip, I think it's a turnip. I never quite know how to colour turnips, but we'll give it a go. So I'm going to use RV200, RV180, and then I'm going to bring some kind of more neutral colours into the top of my turnip. So I kind of thought that was a bit of a turnipy looking colour. Just going to add that in there. And then I've got E210 and YG040, which are kind of brownish grey colours. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll give it a go. I don't know if it's going to look like a turnip or not. I think it's probably a little bit too brown, but it's okay. It'll do. It's an odd coloured turnip. Now I've got some greens. I've got G3 and G8, and I'm going to use these for all of the leaves of everything and for the peas. I presume these are peas anyway, that's what I'm making them. Just add that bit of green on there. Okay, and I might do the other guy's top in this green. So he can have a green shirt. I've only got the 2 shades of green for this, so I'm just gonna go straight in there. Okay. Now, yeah, I might give these guys little black shorts as well because they're obviously smartly dressed to go out for dinner. So we want them to look the part. So we'll use those cool greys that I used on his suit for their little shorts. They look like the little school shorts now, don't they? Okay. What else do I need to do? The potatoes. So I was going to use those same that I used for the top of the turnip, E210 and YG040 for my potatoes. Again, I presume they're potatoes. That's what I'm calling them. And now I just have to think about what I'm going to do for the plate. I don't know what colour I'm going to do the plate. I'm going to add a bit more of that darker colour because they're quite similar, those two. Okay, I might do some more of that darker one on there as well. Just to kind of really emphasise that. Okay, let's use these same kind of pinky purpley colours, RV200 and RV180, for the inside of the ears. Just to make them look a little bit different, but without having to bring in too many more colours. I like to try and, you know, keep the colours going throughout the page so I don't have to bring loads of colours in. I've got quite a few colours on this page already. Okay, for the plate, what colour should I do the plate? I think I might use the same kind of purpley pink colour for the plate as well. Just to have a little bit of colour down there as well. It kind of brings everything, ties everything together. I know pink plate is probably a bit unusual, but you know, why not? For the champagne glass, I'm going to use a BG4, and I'm just going to very lightly go around that, and then I need to think about what champagne colour I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use that YG, no, it's not a very good champagne colour, but YG040. I'm going to colour that in. It looks a bit grey, but that's okay, because I'm going to take that same BG4 and just go over the top of it to make it look a bit more like glass, and then bring that colour back in, and I'll be using some white gel pen over the top of this, so hopefully it will look okay. Okay, I think the only other thing I really want to do with my markers is the just add a little bit of shadow to the shirts. So I'm going to use CG1, which is just a pale grey marker, just to add a little bit of shadowing to the shirt. You could even go paler than this because this is a little bit dark. I just didn't pull one out, so I just grabbed the first one I found. Let's just add a little bit of shadowing, just so it doesn't look quite so stark white. But yeah, probably a lighter colour would have looked quite good as well. That's okay. Okay, so that's kind of all of the marker work I'm going to do. I'm now going to pull out some Sparklepop pens. So I've got my gold Sparklepop here, and I'm going to use that for the kind of cufflinks on my daddy pig here. Like so. And then I'm going to use my silver Sparklepop pen, if I can find it. I've got my pencil case full of all sorts of goodies here on the side, and I've got Signos, I've got I'm just rummaging around in that trying to find the silver, which I'm sure is here somewhere. Okay, sorry, I got interrupted by a phone call, and I did find my silver Sparklepop though. So I'm going to colour the fork in with that. Just add a little bit of sparkle on here. And then I'm just going to go over with some white gel pen. Okay. Right, so white gel pen, I'm going to use my Signo Uniball. This is the broad point one, and this is where I'm going to start turning the page, which I know is a little bit annoying, but I don't want to smudge the gold and silver I've just put on there, so hopefully this will work. I have such trouble with gel pens. I don't know why. Nope, it really doesn't want to work. Why? Why doesn't it want to work? It's got ink in it, I think. Okay, let's put that one back. I've got another one. Let's go rummaging again. Sorry. I just saw it a minute ago. Where has it gone? Okay, well let's use this instead. So I've got my Jelly Roll 0.8. Let's try that instead. And I'm turning it upside down, so sorry. I know that's going to be a bit annoying. So yeah, I just kind of go to town with the gel pen. Really no rhyme or reason to it. I just kind of throw it in where I think it's going to work. This one doesn't seem to be working great either. I really struggle with gel pens. Am I the only one? I see other people using them and they seem to get them working straight away with no trouble whatsoever. I'm just going to colour those champagne bubbles in white as well. And then I'm just going to add a little tiny shine mark to the side of the glass. I don't even know if that's showing up. Oh, goodness me. Oh, why do I have such trouble with these? Okay, let's try adding a bit there. A bit on a suit jacket here. A bit around the edge of the plate. Sorry, I know this is really annoying when it's upside down. I'm going to try and turn it that way and do it that way now. Okay, a little bit on my veggies. My carrot. Oh, sorry, everyone wants me. It's always the way. I start filming and everyone wants me. Okay, so let's just keep adding this here and there and everywhere. And hope for the best. I never quite know where the good places to put this is. I just kind of go with what feels right and hope for the best. I'm going to go all the way around the edge here. Add some to the table leg. Some to his trouser legs. Do I want to add a little bit to his tie, maybe? Like that. Okay, let's do some on this guy. I think that looks alright. Bit more on the table. Some on this guy. Okay, I think that's enough with the white gel pen. Sometimes I have a tendency to get a bit carried away and put too much on. Yeah, okay. Do I want to do anything else? I might just put a little dot in their eyes. There we go. Don't know if that makes any great difference or not. But that's it. I'm going to call it quits. You could add glossy accents to his eyes. I'm not going to bother with this one. I think I'm just going to leave it as is. But yeah, there we go. So that one is called Table Manners. I hope you enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun with that one. Yeah, I just feel sorry for these two guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again next week with part 35. Goodness me, we're getting through this book. Thanks so much for joining me, everybody, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.